Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I will be reading from the Weird World Tarot deck. I've just completed a review of the Weird World Tarot, so if you're interested in seeing all of the cards and learning a little bit about the authors, please see that video, and I'll put a link for that in the description box below. But for today, I think what we're going to do is just a nice little Celtic cross spread. Give these a little bit more of a massage. And we will see where we go. And I'm going to start this reading a little bit differently. I'm going to start with the question. Where do we need to go from here? We're all in a place. We're all in a space. We all matter. We all have substance. But where do we need to go from here? Because life is all about progress. It's all about progression. It's about learning and growing and doing and being. And we need to balance our doing and being. And that always seems to be tough for us humans. We're either doing too much or just being too much and not doing enough, it seems. Where do we need to go from here? What's our next step? All right. So the energy is 10 of Cups. So we have this beautiful energy here of completion, of growth, of leveling up. So if we think about the 10 of Cups in an emotional sense, because cups are an emotional suit, we have a great deal of emotional fulfillment where we are. So this is certainly a quality of being. We are being emotionally fulfilled. But what's the situation? The situation is 5 of Wands. We've got all of these little boys, and it looks like they're on a beach, practicing their sword fighting, because that's what everybody does on a beach. So if we're looking at the 5 of Wands as our situation, so we're emotionally fulfilled, but there's things that need to be sorted. There's things that are unfinished. The 5s are a very unstable place in the whole ladder of the tarot, of the place it is on the tree of life. There's a need for some movement. So while we have great emotional satisfaction, fabulous, one should be emotionally satisfied on the way to where they're going. It doesn't mean you stay there. It means you take that sense of fulfillment with you as you make progress and move along. So thinking of the 5 of Wands there's something to be sorted. There's some kind of even training that needs to happen. There is a sense of needing to move through this phase into a higher level of stability. The opportunity is the 8 of Pentacles. And so the 8 of Pentacles is calling us to continue the work. The work could be an emotional work. It could be continuing. Yes, you've reached a place of satisfaction, but there's still things that need to be emotionally cleared for you, maybe past trauma, or just, we tend to collect things emotionally in our being that don't really serve us anymore. We tend to clutter our energy with excess emotions that no longer have a place. And as you go through life, you have to reflect on your experiences and sort through those, just kind of like you have to sort through the old drawers in the kitchen, of oh my gosh, I still have Bath and Body Works coupons from 5 years ago. Do I really need these? Oh my gosh, I still have this residual feeling of guilt from an argument I had with my cousin. Do I really need to keep this? No, you and your cousin have hopefully mended by then, so get rid of that. And by facing these emotions, because we're, very emotionally fulfilled, and maybe some of our emotional fulfillment does need to be a little bit cleared out, as our little 5 of Wands guys here would tell us, that there's things that need to be cleared out. And so there's the doing the work of facing the stale and stagnant in our emotional energy as well as our physical space, and clearing things out and making room for newer, fresher emotions, some new growth emotionally. And that does tend to feel like a physical work because it does take your focus and it does take your concentration. And even though the pentacles are a very here and now, very material suit, there's a sense of you have to give your resources, like your time. Time is a resource. You have to give your time to facing some old stagnant emotions and getting those cleared out and keeping things fresh. Okay. What's the guidance in all of this? From above, the world. Success is yours. This is, I wouldn't say necessarily predestined to be a successful endeavor, but when you put your time into, clearing out your emotional clutter or clearing out your physical clutter or your intellectual clutter or whatever kind of things happen to be cluttering your mind or your space and blocking your energy, when you put a mind to clearing those things out, it's going to be successful. It almost can't help but succeed, because awareness is the material that you gain from clearing out your energetic space. It increases your awareness, which increases your ability to clear, which increases your awareness, which increases your ability to clear things out. Awareness is the key. And just having had this conversation here, you and I, we have this awareness now. What's the root? What's the root? Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, you've been feeling very blocked. And the swords tend to be a very hard, logical place to be. Sometimes that can also indicate a certain amount of spirituality. A little bit, because it's an air sign, so you think air, spirituality, but cups can also be spirituality in that you are feeling in cups. It's emotional. So a lot of spirituality works through our feelings. A lot of spirituality does work through our higher consciousness, which also can be air. But this Eight of Swords is talking about blocking that higher consciousness, blocking that flow, blocking the logic you're feeling. There is a history, a foundation of feeling constricted in that intellectual space. The intellectual space has been what has been blocking this emotional clearing that needs to happen. And so what you kind of have to do in situations like this is back off on the logic, because there's plenty of times when I know I've done this of like, I don't need to feel that way anymore. This situation's old, it's over, it happened, it's gone. And you want to logic your way through it because the emotions are uncomfortable. The way to deal with uncomfortable emotions is you face the uncomfortable emotions and then you are able to dissipate them. It's like they go poof. You're like, oh, yeah, that argument, that situation, that's over. I can move on from that. Wow, I don't even need that in my space. I don't need that misunderstanding to, okay, I learned from whatever happened and I know what my role was in it and now I can let it go. Poof. What's passing? Passing, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, he's trying to get away with something, and maybe that's been where you've been at. You've been trying to stuff all this stuff in a pack and just carry it with you and run away with it, when really all you just need to do is to face the challenge. Just face the challenge and do the work, and thou shalt be successful. Yeah, up here in the world. I mean, it just is. So letting go of this Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, trying to tamp down those emotions, trying to pretend they don't exist, trying to ignore things will not make it go away. But when you face it, and even when it's just terribly uncomfortable, it is truly amazing how liberating it can be. What's incoming? Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. This guy, he's working really hard, but you know what? It looks like he's getting home for the day. So the work is almost over. I mean, yes, there's burdens to bear, but there's respite at the end. There's a time when you get the burdens, you get the firewood home. Looks like he's carrying firewood home. You get it home and you put it down. You get to that place of rest, and then your home becomes nice and clear, and that place where you can put things down, you put them away, and you've dealt with it. So going back to that beautiful, clear, that emotional satisfaction. You have the emotional satisfaction of having completed that journey. Self card. What's the self? Oh, the luckiest card in the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So we come to the Ace of Pentacles here as the center of how you see yourself and how other people see you. And this is a card of having everything you need to create the world that you want to create. It's just up to you to create it. So you have all of this tool. You can, clear out all of this emotion, clear out all of the detritus of life, and just have the awareness to come through and take these tools that you've been getting, all the resources that you have, and really create the life that you want to live. What's in the environment? Ace of Wands, another ace. So we've got some fire, we've got some ambition, we've got some passion, we've got some desire to do that creation. We've got some inspiration. I hope this reading has inspired you. I think that's what it's meant to do. Hopes and fears. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is usually a card of working with others, but if you happen to look at this guy kind of going through this rather daunting temple door alone, as a hope and a fear, it may be that you are concerned about having other people block your progress. You want to clutter clear your emotional state. You're like, wow, I'm in a position where I really feel like I can tackle this now. And you've got other things that just want to take your time. They want to take your resources, your headspace. It's like, you just need to be able to get yourself a little time. Find people that want to cooperate with you. At least let people, hey, I need 5 minutes just to go meditate and clear my head, or 15 or 30 or whatever you need. Hot bubble bath, a comfy chair. When you just need some space, often if you let people in your home environment, in your space know, hey, I just need space. Maybe you need a day of vacation from work. You let them know, and they're like, yeah, we can spare you for a day. We can spare you for a half an hour. You know what? I can take care of dinner, or I can take care of this, and you take a minute. You may get more cooperation than you think. So what's the outcome of all of this? Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing yourself, being able to nurture others, having that power and that grace to be able to relax, to be able to manifest all of this ambition and drive and these tools. When you give yourself the space and the clarity, you find it much, much easier to manifest the things that you want to bring into being. So think about the things that you would really want to have in your life, and think about the things that you don't. But then realize that you have the power to clear out those things, that emotional vibration in yourself, your soul, your aura, that is attracting maybe the things you don't want. Face those emotions. Face those fears. Face those desires and see them for what they are, and let them go. And then you will be able to manifest and nurture yourself in the way that you would best benefit from. So yeah, thinking about having an emotional fulfillment. To be in an emotionally fulfilling state, you really do have to do the work of clearing things out. And a lot of that's going to come from your higher awareness. And your awareness is going to bring you success. And the success is having that power to manifest.